Hello everyone, Dr. Alan Mandell here. Welcome back to my channel, Science of Healing. Let me share something very important with you today. This message could protect your life or the life of someone you love, because prostate cancer doesn't usually begin with pain. It begins with whispers, small warning signs most men dismiss as just aging. And by the time those whispers turn into screams, the disease may already be advanced. Here's the truth. Prostate cancer is one of the most common cancers in men worldwide, especially after age 50. Yet when caught early, the survival rate is extremely high, often above 95%. But when ignored, it can silently spread to bones, lymph nodes, and vital organs. So today, I'm going to walk you through 5 prostate cancer warning signs men commonly ignore, the science behind them, and the simple daily foods and habits that can help protect your prostate naturally. Stay with me until the end, because sign number 5 is the one doctors worry about the most. Most men don't realize that prostate cancer rarely begins with pain. It begins with silence, with whispers, with small changes so subtle that they're easy to ignore. A slightly slower urine stream, a few extra trips to the bathroom at night, a feeling of pressure that comes and goes. Nothing dramatic, nothing alarming, nothing that seems worth worrying about. But here's the shocking truth. Prostate cancer is one of the most common cancers in men worldwide, and in many cases, the earliest warning signs appear years before diagnosis. Yet thousands of men dismiss those signals as normal aging, and until it's too late. Every single day, somewhere in the world, a man wakes up believing he is healthy. He goes to work, he laughs with his family, he plans for the future, completely unaware that a disease may already be growing quietly inside his body. Because prostate cancer doesn't usually knock loudly at the door. It slips in quietly, it grows slowly, and it waits for you to ignore it. Medical research shows that early-stage prostate cancer often produces mild urinary symptoms, not severe pain. And that's exactly why it's so dangerous. Pain gets attention, silence gets ignored. Imagine this. You wake up at 2 a.m. to urinate, then again at 4 a.m., you tell yourself it's because you drank too much water before bed. Weeks pass, months pass, the pattern continues, but you adapt, you normalize it, you stop questioning it, and that's where the risk begins. Doctors call this symptom nocturia, frequent urination during the night. It may seem harmless, but studies show that persistent nighttime urination can be one of the earliest signs of prostate enlargement or prostate disease. The prostate is a small gland about the size of a walnut, but its location makes it powerful. It sits just below the bladder and surrounds the urethra, the tube that carries urine out of your body. When the prostate becomes inflamed, enlarged, or cancerous, it presses on that tube. Even a small amount of swelling can change how urine flows. That pressure creates the first warning signs: a weaker stream, a delay before urine starts, a feeling that the bladder never fully empties. These changes may seem minor, but they are messages from your body, and ignoring them can be dangerous. Here's another fact that may surprise you. Many men diagnosed with prostate cancer reported urinary changes months or even years before diagnosis. But they didn't seek medical advice because the symptoms didn't feel serious. This is one of the greatest tragedies in men's health. Not lack of treatment, not lack of technology, but lack of attention to early warning signs. In developed countries, prostate cancer survival rates are extremely high when detected early. In fact, when caught in its earliest stage, the 5-year survival rate is often greater than 95%. But when detected late, after the cancer spreads, survival rates drop dramatically. That difference is not measured in numbers. It is measured in lives of fathers, brothers, husbands, grandfathers, men who never imagined that a small symptom could become a life-threatening disease. One of the most overlooked early signs is a weak or interrupted urine stream. It may start slowly, so gradually that you barely notice the change, but over time, the stream becomes thinner, slower, less forceful. You may find yourself standing at the toilet longer than before, waiting, straining, wondering why something that used to be effortless now feels difficult. This happens because the prostate begins to press against the urethra, narrowing the passageway. The bladder has to work harder to push urine through, and that extra effort creates fatigue in the urinary muscles. Left unchecked, this cycle can worsen. The bladder becomes weaker, urination becomes more frequent, sleep becomes disrupted, and chronic sleep disruption is not harmless. Research shows that poor sleep weakens the immune system, increases inflammation, and reduces the body's ability to repair damaged cells. Over time, this creates an environment where disease can grow more easily. Another early warning sign is urgency, the sudden, intense need to urinate. You may feel fine one moment, then suddenly feel pressure that demands immediate attention. This urgency happens because the bladder becomes irritated or overactive due to prostate changes. Many men laugh it off. They joke about getting older. They assume it's normal. But normal aging does not mean ignoring symptoms. Your body is designed to communicate with you. Every sensation has meaning. Every change has a cause. And sometimes those changes are early signals of something serious. Here's a powerful reality that many men don't hear often enough. Prostate cancer is highly treatable when detected early, but it becomes far more dangerous when discovered late. That's why awareness is everything, because early symptoms are easy to miss, easy to dismiss, easy to ignore, until they become impossible to ignore. Imagine the moment a doctor says the word cancer. The room feels smaller, the air feels heavier, time feels slower, and suddenly every past symptom becomes meaningful. Every night you woke up to urinate, every weak stream, every delay, you remember them all, and you wish you had paid attention sooner. But here's the good news. You don't have to wait for fear to take control. You don't have to wait for pain to force action. You can listen to your body now. You can recognize the early signs. You can take them seriously. You can protect your future, because prevention is not complicated. Awareness is not expensive, and early action can save your life. If you notice frequent urination, if your urine stream has changed, if your sleep is disrupted by bathroom trips, do not ignore it. Do not assume it's normal. Do not wait for symptoms to worsen. Talk to a healthcare professional. Ask questions. Get checked. Because the earlier a problem is found, the easier it is to treat. And the greatest power you have is not medicine. It is attention. Attention to your body. Attention to small changes. Attention to the signals that appear long before disease becomes dangerous. Your body whispers before it screams. Listen to the whispers. What if the most powerful protection for your prostate isn't found in a hospital, but in your kitchen? What if the foods you eat every single day are quietly shaping your future, either strengthening your body or slowly weakening it? This is not speculation. This is science. Researchers around the world have spent decades studying the link between diet and prostate health, and the results are both shocking and hopeful, because the truth is simple. Nutrition is not just fuel. Nutrition is information. Every bite you take sends signals to your cells, signals that can reduce inflammation, repair damage, and protect your DNA, or signals that can increase stress, accelerate aging, and create the perfect environment for disease to grow. And nowhere is this more important than in the prostate. The prostate is a small gland, but it is extremely sensitive to inflammation, oxidative stress, and hormonal changes. When the body is overloaded with processed foods, excess sugar, and unhealthy fats, inflammation rises silently in the background. Cells become damaged. Repair systems slow down. And over time, the risk of prostate problems begins to climb. But here's the hopeful part. Scientific evidence shows that certain foods contain powerful compounds that act like natural shields for your prostate. These compounds fight inflammation, neutralize harmful free radicals, support healthy hormone balance, and help your immune system recognize and destroy abnormal cells before they become dangerous. One of the most studied foods for prostate protection is the humble tomato. It may seem ordinary. You may have eaten it your entire life without thinking twice. But inside that bright red color is a compound called lycopene, one of the most powerful antioxidants known to science. Lycopene works like a bodyguard for your cells. It surrounds them, protects them, and helps prevent the kind of damage that can lead to cancer. Large population studies have shown that men who consume higher amounts of lycopene-rich foods tend to have a lower risk of prostate cancer, not because tomatoes are magic, but because they help reduce the cellular stress that drives disease. And here's something many people don't know. Cooked tomatoes contain even more absorbable lycopene than raw tomatoes. Heat breaks down the plant's cell walls, making the nutrient easier for your body to use. That means a simple bowl of tomato soup, a spoonful of tomato paste, or a homemade tomato sauce can deliver powerful protection with every bite. Another remarkable food is the pumpkin seed. Small, inexpensive, easy to overlook, yet packed with one of the most important minerals for prostate health, zinc. The prostate contains one of the highest concentrations of zinc in the entire human body. This mineral plays a critical role in immune defense, hormone balance, and cell repair. But as men age, zinc levels in the prostate naturally decline. And when zinc levels fall, vulnerability rises. Studies have shown that men with prostate disease often have significantly lower zinc levels than healthy men. That's not coincidence. That's biology. Pumpkin seeds help restore that balance. They provide natural zinc, magnesium, and plant sterols, compounds that support healthy prostate tissue and reduce inflammation. Just a small handful a day can make a measurable difference over time. Not overnight, not instantly, but steadily, because health is not built in a single moment. It is built through daily habits repeated thousands of times. Then there are berries, tiny fruits with extraordinary power. Blueberries, strawberries, blackberries. Their deep colors come from compounds called polyphenols, natural antioxidants that protect cells from damage caused by oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is one of the hidden forces behind aging and disease. It occurs when harmful molecules, called free radicals, overwhelm the body's defenses. These molecules damage DNA, weaken cells, and trigger chronic inflammation. Over time, that damage accumulates. And when damage accumulates, risk increases. Berries help interrupt that process. They neutralize free radicals before they can harm your cells. They strengthen your immune response. They support the body's natural repair systems. Research has shown that diets rich in antioxidant-containing fruits are associated with lower rates of chronic disease, including certain cancers. Not because one food can cure disease, but because consistent nutrition builds resilience. And resilience is protection. Another powerful protector comes from the ocean. Fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel. These fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, essential nutrients that reduce inflammation throughout the body. Inflammation is not always visible. You can't see it. You can't feel it. But inside your body, chronic inflammation acts like a slow-burning fire. It damages tissues, disrupts hormones, weakens immunity, and that silent fire can create conditions where disease thrives. Omega-3 fatty acids help extinguish that fire. They calm inflammatory pathways, protect blood vessels, support healthy cell communication. Studies have shown that people who regularly consume omega-3 rich foods tend to have lower levels of inflammatory markers in their blood. Less inflammation means less stress on your cells, and less stress means a stronger defense against disease. Then there are the vegetables many people avoid: broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower. These cruciferous vegetables contain natural compounds called glucosinolates. When you chew or cook these vegetables, those compounds transform into powerful substances that support detoxification and cellular protection. One of these substances is sulforaphane. Sulforaphane activates enzymes that help your body remove harmful toxins. It also supports the body's ability to repair damaged DNA, and damaged DNA is where cancer begins. Your body is constantly repairing itself every second, every minute, every day, but it needs the right nutrients to do that job effectively. Without those nutrients, repair slows down, damage accumulates, and risk grows quietly in the background. This is why nutrition matters more than most people realize. Not because food is medicine, but because food is the foundation of health. Every meal is a decision. Every snack is a message. Every habit is a vote for your future. You don't need expensive supplements. You don't need complicated diets. You don't need extreme changes. You need consistency. A serving of vegetables, a handful of seeds, a portion of fish, a bowl of fruit. Simple choices repeated day after day, because the body responds to patterns, not perfection. And here is the most powerful truth of all. You cannot control your genetics. You cannot control your age. You cannot control every risk factor in life, but you can control what you put on your plate. And that control is power. Power to protect your prostate. Power to strengthen your immune system. Power to reduce inflammation. Power to support a longer, healthier life. The fork in your hand is not just a utensil. It is a tool, a weapon, a shield, and every meal is an opportunity to defend your health before disease ever has a chance to attack. Every year, millions of men hear a sentence that changes their life forever. You have cancer. In that moment, everything becomes quiet. The room feels smaller. The future feels uncertain. But here is the truth most people don't realize. For many of those men, the disease did not appear suddenly. It was growing silently for years, sending signals, offering warnings, giving chances to act, and those chances were missed. Not because they didn't care about their health, not because they were careless, but because they believed they had more time. Time is the one thing disease never promises. Prostate cancer is often slow growing, but that does not mean it is harmless. It means there is a window of opportunity, a period when the disease can be detected early, treated effectively, and sometimes completely cured. That window is called early action, and early action saves lives. Medical data from around the world shows a powerful pattern. When prostate cancer is found early, before it spreads beyond the prostate, survival rates are extremely high, often above 95%. But when the cancer spreads to bones or other organs, treatment becomes more difficult. Survival rates fall, complications rise, suffering increases. The difference between early detection and late detection is not just medical, it is personal. It is the difference between watching your grandchildren grow up or watching life slip away too soon. Many men wait for pain before they seek help. They believe pain is the signal that something is wrong. But prostate cancer does not always cause pain in its early stages. It can grow quietly, silently, patiently. That silence is dangerous. Because silence creates delay, and delay allows disease to advance. Research shows that men who receive regular health screenings are far more likely to detect prostate problems early. Early detection leads to simpler treatments, shorter recovery times, better outcomes. This is not fear, this is prevention. Think of your body like a car. You don't wait for the engine to fail before checking the oil. You don't wait for the brakes to stop working before replacing them. You maintain the system before disaster happens. Your health deserves the same attention. One of the most important tools in prostate health is a simple blood test called the PSA test. PSA stands for prostate-specific antigen, a protein produced by the prostate gland. When the prostate becomes inflamed, enlarged, or cancerous, PSA levels can rise. That rise is a signal, not a diagnosis, not a guarantee of cancer. but a warning that something needs attention. This test takes only minutes, but it can provide years of protection. And yet many men avoid it. Some avoid it because they feel healthy. Some avoid it because they are busy. Some avoid it because they are afraid of what they might hear. Fear is powerful, but knowledge is stronger. Because when you know what is happening inside your body, you gain control, you gain options, you gain time. Time to treat, time to heal, time to live. Another critical part of prevention is listening to your body. Your body communicates constantly through symptoms, through sensations, through changes in routine, frequent urination, difficulty starting urine, blood in urine, persistent fatigue. These are not random inconveniences. They are messages. Ignoring those messages is like ignoring a smoke alarm. At first, the sound is annoying. Then it becomes easy to tune out. But the danger remains. And when the fire finally becomes visible, it may already be too late to stop it. Early action is not about panic. It is about responsibility. Responsibility to yourself. Responsibility to your family. Responsibility to the people who depend on you, because your health does not affect only you. It affects everyone who loves you, your spouse, your children, your parents, your friends. When illness strikes, it touches every life connected to yours. That is why prevention matters. Lifestyle choices play a major role in prostate health. Regular physical activity helps regulate hormones and improve blood circulation. Healthy body weight reduces inflammation and lowers the risk of chronic disease. Balanced nutrition supports immune function and cellular repair. These habits may seem simple, but their impact is profound. Studies have shown that men who stay physically active have a lower risk of aggressive prostate disease compared to sedentary men. Movement strengthens the body's defenses. It improves metabolism. It enhances immune response. Even a daily walk can make a difference. 30 minutes of movement, 5 days a week. That small commitment can reduce risk, improve energy, and protect long-term health. Sleep is another powerful protector. During sleep, your body repairs damaged cells, balances hormones, and strengthens immunity. Without enough sleep, inflammation rises and healing slows down. Chronic sleep deprivation has been linked to increased risk of several health problems, including metabolic disorders and weakened immune function. Rest is not laziness, rest is recovery, and recovery is survival. Hydration also plays a critical role. Water helps flush toxins from the body, supports kidney function, maintains healthy circulation. Even mild dehydration can stress the body and reduce efficiency of vital systems. Small habits create big outcomes. A glass of water, a short walk, a balanced meal, a routine checkup. These actions may seem ordinary, but together they form a shield against disease. And here is the most important message of all. Prevention is not about living in fear. It is about living with awareness. Awareness gives you power. Power to recognize early signs. Power to make informed decisions. Power to seek help before problems become emergencies. You cannot change the past, but you can protect your future. You can schedule that medical checkup. You can pay attention to your body. You can take action today, because the best time to act is not when symptoms become unbearable. The best time to act is now, before the disease spreads, before treatment becomes complicated, before life becomes uncertain. Early action saves lives, and the life it saves could be yours.